welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Presented by Primary Arms. That's an awesome echo. So cool we had to hear it twice. Thanks, Renda.
That wasn't me.
Oh, wasn't you? You look guilty.
I did. I looked at my screen to make sure it wasn't me.
Who would I? Would that you, Nick?
We'll blame it on Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, you can blame it on me. It don't matter. Even though I don't have any speakers on or anything. So, okay.
Everything's going through my headphones, so I don't know why it would be how it would be me. I only heard everything once, so.
No. All right, then. Unless it was my phone. But I thought I closed that window. It could have been me. Nope, wasn't me. So it's a great mystery. Whatever. Who cares? Moving on. So, what's everybody been up to?
Nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting?
I'm getting ready to pack. I'm leaving, so I won't be here next week.
On a jet plane?
No, pickup
Don't know
truck.
when you'll be back again?
Pickup truck.
Hey, try to have a more successful trip out than the last time you went out there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're not talking for a million inches of rain, so we'll be good.
That's good.
And the weather looks to be a little warm but nice.
Yeah, well, you know, just gives you a couple extra FPS on your ammo.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah. So, how about you, Nick?
Wasn't here last week. Had an event going on. But Dad and I got a couple new rifles in.
What'd you get?
We got a G43 early production 8mm semi-auto rifle and a Moss 44 semi-auto French rifle. They only made about 6,400 of those, and this one's in really nice condition. And so,
Nice.
Hopefully, some videos coming eventually on those. I also picked up some dies and some gas checks at auction. I think that was last week. So,
Yep.
Nice. Nice.
Really squeaky. Kuiper wants to do a dry versus wet tumbling argument. Go suck water, egg sucker. Anyway, so tonight we're because we got so many questions last week, we're going to cover a few more that I thought were pertinent and kind of relative and important. Sharenda, the notes link is in the private chat if you want to join. If not, no problem. Anyway. So first question is from John. This was in Facebook. Getting ready to load for 32 H&R Magnum and want to load round nose bullets and hollow points, but also full wad cutters. Do I need a separate or special die for loading the wad cutters, or do I just adjust the die accordingly? If it helps, I will be loading these for a Ruger LCR 327 Federal Magnum. Gun really doesn't matter. A revolver is a revolver is a revolver. I mean, the basic premise is the same. The cylinder is the same. If it wasn't, they're going to go kaboom. So that's kind of not really pertinent. I mean, yeah, you're only going to have 2 inches of barrel or 1 7/8 inches, whatever it is, for spin, but I don't think that's going to really make it much of a difference when it comes to the actual seating of the bullets, which is the main question. Paul, thoughts?
Well, it depends upon the die set you get. I have die sets for pistol that are set up for round nose, for hollow points, and for wad cutters.
Especially if he goes
So,
RCBS.
The seating stems are the only thing you're going to need to change. That's the only thing you really have to look at is when you buy your die set for it, make sure it's got the seating stems that you're going to need.
So what if I don't have multiple seating stems? What else can I do?
You can adjust your seating stem with some a little bit of hot glue would make it work. That way you can take it out, and change it over. But you're going to be dealing with a hollow point and a round nose. You're going to need to fix your seating stem up to make sure that it follows what you're going to need it to do. Otherwise call the manufacturer up, get seating, see if they have seating stems for it. Like Nick was saying, RCBS carries different one. Lyman carries different seating stems. Hornady has different seating stems. I'm not sure about Redding. I don't use any of their in their pistol dies. Lee, not too sure about Lee either.
Lee's just a standard.
Lee's just a standard. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, I have no problem with Hornady or RCBS or Lyman. They all have different seating stems in there.
Michael Dunn said he had Lee make a custom stem for AMAX. Yes, Lee will make custom stems. I don't really know.
Yeah, I can go to Hornady though, and I can buy a seating stem for AMAX right off their website.
Right.
I mean, that's not a problem. Instead of having somebody make one up for me or whatever, I can go right there. And rifle bullets are even trickier. So, when we start getting into that, then we have lots of issues as far as the brass quality, the bullet quality, and the quality of the seating stem.
Yeah.
Forester seating stems are pretty thin, so you could run into a problem with that. But as I said, if you're looking for 32, one of the three, look at the three die sets from RCBS, Lyman, or Hornady, and go from there. You'll get a good selection, and it'll have seating stems that should work for you. What else? C&H will make up special seating stems for their dies if you go that way. Yeah. Nick?
Yeah, I agree with everything you said, Paul. It's like I'm fortunate enough I picked up my 38 357 dies. I have all the different seating plugs in it, so I can do about anything my heart's desire on that front. But those are the big ones I would check. Yeah, RCBS, Lyman, Hornady, Lee, but Lee would be like a last resort. Spend the extra little bit of money, get you a nice set of RCBS ones, especially for something like that. That's where I would go.
Sharenda? Yeah, turn your mic on.
Sorry, my screen blanked out on me. I have nothing additional to offer outside of what you've already said.
Okay. Mike?
Basically, it's kind of one of those things where you just have to decide how serious you want to get. I mean, frankly, for plinking, just whatever die you got and use a glue gun. I would probably, I would be wondering how I would do the hollow point though, because I don't want it to stick inside the hollow point every time. So that would be the interesting thing there. What would you recommend on that, Paul?
If you're going to use hot glue, put a cap over the hollow point bullet. In other words, hot glue the one bullet, and with a flat, make it flat, a flat point or round or whatever, a round nose hollow point, and then go from there. That's all. It's not rocket science. It's just making yourself a way to eliminate the hollow point.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I kind of like Hornady and RCBS, because their hollow point dies and round nose dies are set up so they don't do a lot of pushing on that part. And for their wad cutters, they're basically just a flat piece of round bar stock.
Okay.
Chris Sharp. Yes. Widden Gunworks will make custom seating stems for their dies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most manufacturers will. It's just a matter of how much you want to spend in the first place on the dies, so, and what you're doing with them. But
I ain't real thrilled with the Widden. I mean, I like their sizing die, but I ain't real thrilled with their seating die. Just I mean, it's an all aluminum die, which is nice, which is okay. But I kind of lean more towards the Forester with their micrometer dies.
Yeah. But I suppose that would also depend on what press. Or now, will the Forester dies work in any press?
Sure.
Okay, I'm not sure. I've never.
Yeah.
So, next question is from Alexi Z. What's the best way to determine a starting load with a fairly new caliber and very little published information? So, say 6.8 Western or 8.6 Blackout as two examples. If you were going to start loading for those, and there's not a lot of data out there, but say that there's a powder that works for it, what would you do?
This is a really a tough one, because I would sit down and say I'd have to take the volume of the case and then compare it to the volume of another cartridge that's in the same caliber, and give me some type of baseline. Okay. In other words, I'm working, completely off the books here. I'm not looking for, let's say, the 6.8. Okay. Any data for it. I want to take and look at say maybe a 270 Weatherby load and see how that compares to volume wise in a case. And then see what a starting load is maybe for a 270 Weatherby, and looking at the 6.8 to see what the difference in volume is, and then reduce it by 10% and work my way up from there. The 8.6, that is a real tough one. That one would give me heartaches as far as trying to find a subsonic load in a a 338 bullet. Yeah, because there is no subsonic load that I could deal with in any of the 338s. So that one would be a tough one. That would really give me a hard time. Now, some people may have, what are the two software programs that are out there? Quick Load and
you got Gordon's reloading tool.
Yeah, Gordon's reloading tool.
Yeah.
They may have those, and you again are taking the the case volume by water and working from there, and that would be a very that would be the closest I would come up with working with a load to kind of come up with a load that would work.
Yeah. Okay. Sharp suggested calling the manufacturer that designed the round and see if they'll give you information. They may not.
How did that work out, Chris?
Oh, Chris already tried that?
Yeah, he did. He had his 338 that he with the new bullets that he tried, and he got punch primers and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, that mess.
Yes. So.
Hey, wasn't he supposed to be doing a follow-up show with us on that too?
Yep.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, kind of that's one of those things that you're kind of dependent on. Oh, I mean, the other option is, be as safe as you possibly can when testing, and make sure you're not pulling the trigger literally. Use safety measures. So if the gun does go up, you're not going to get schmucked with it. So, next question from Tony I. Tony has several loads on his 50 Beowulf brass and is thinking about annealing it. Does anyone else anneal straight wall? Not currently, but that's because I don't anneal anything. But on that, something like that, I could see being possibly practicality.
Why not? You're not going to hurt it.
Right. Just make sure you don't anneal too deep. So, I mean, on something like that, you're probably going to want to, I would say, not more than a half an inch.
I think we talk about like 4570 in our review of it, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't watched that video in a while. But yeah, I don't see why not. You're really not worried about, you're not going to hurt the brass unless you overdo it. But as long as you don't do too much, if you do, like you said, about a half inch, about most I would do, just somewhere where if you are going to stretch that out when you seat the bullet, you aren't really going to hurt anything. So
Well, if you anneal the brass on a straight wall case, you're going to reduce the chance for case mouth splits and that
Right.
kind of stuff. So, because you're going to expand the brass out and then bring it back in with a straight wall case. So, yeah, go ahead and anneal. It isn't going to hurt anything. I mean, yeah.
I was going to say Nighthawk 6 said I anneal 500 Automax after every shot. So,
yeah.
And Vemjum says he does 44 mag because he's got a machine. So tacos and French fries. Where's my tacos? Dang it! So
yeah, go ahead and anneal. I mean, it's just gonna, I know somebody that anneals 32
ACP.
Not ACP, no, 32 target loads. Lapua brass 32 what is that, Smith and Wesson or whatever it is?
There's 32 SNW short, 32 SNW long, 32
mag, isn't
H&R
that
mag.
There's so many.
It's the old target load, the old Smith and Wesson long.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the old target load. He uses Lapua brass, and in order to have his revolvers shoot the same every time for that type of the old fashioned Olympic shooting that he anneals his brass every time. That way he gets a consistent release on his bullet, and he gets a consistent crimp on his bullet. So how the heck would you anneal 32 ACP? Carefully.
Sharp, what the hell is 4775?
I'm on Marlon's website trying to figure out what that is. If it's, I think it's 45.7 is what he meant.
Well,
that's what it came out in the first place.
Yeah.
Unless that's the Trapper model is the different one. Hi, Gracie. What's up? Come here.
4775. Okay, that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
What is it, between 50 cal and 45 caliber?
Yeah.
Why not? We'll swage down some bullets.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll make our own podcast round. Let's go.
That's a heck of an idea.
I think, hey, I hate to say it, but I think between all of us, we have the ability to either probably swage down bullets. I think, doesn't Jim have that ability?
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could do it.
He's got a swager.
Yeah, we could do it.
So.
Oh.
What? Anneals with steel shot. Ooh, so Andy 79Z28, which will make him explain this next week when he's on, if he has time. By the way, episode 400 next week, Andy 79Z28 is going to come on and talk to us about zinc casting. So we're looking, he says he's got a video on his channel, which he anneals with steel shot. That works great for pistol brass. So that's interesting. And I'm wondering how that works, but I'm not. But so we'll save that for next week to have him explain that. Nighthawk 6 wants to make 40 super. Take a 45 ACP, knock it down to 40 cal. 357.6 Big Brother. Gosh. It'd be fun. I mean, just to do it.
I agree, but I think we ought to start with a bigger case.
Right.
I mean, if we're going to do,
AE.
Yeah, there you go, 50 AE, and then neck it down to 40. So it can't be short and weak anymore.
Even better idea.
Yeah.
500 Smith.
Oh, there we go.
Neck that puppy down to 40.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, what would be really fun to do is take a 500 Smith and neck that puppy down to 2.2 to a 55 grain FMJ 223.
That's a lot of work.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You got time. You're retired. Get on it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, I can. I mean, if I
I
can
want
do
to see the
this,
chamber drawing on that one.
if I can do this, we can do there. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jorgen, our Canuckian, who's been a smart aleck tonight. So you got to check the chat. Says, how about a 30 by 57 for the ultimate 30 cal performance right between 308 and 30-6? It'll have an extra long neck and fast twist. We'll advertise it as a Western cartridge. So what are we going to take an 8 by 57 and neck it down to a 308?
That's what I'm saying. It's like you got a chamber of an 8mm, but
or are we going to take a 7 by 57 and punch it up? That'd be the easier way to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't want a rimmed cartridge, damn it.
Neither one are rimmed.
I thought the 7 was.
Well, there was a 7 by 57 rimmed.
Oh, okay. Well,
like here's a 7 mil. What I had, just had it. Like here's a standard 7 by 57 Mauser. It's not rimmed.
Sweet, let's game.
So
I like that idea too. So Sharp fixed his cranial rectal inversion and explained himself. He says the original Marlin they just released in a 6-round and 19-inch barrel. The new Trapper is a 5-round and 16.1-inch barrel, and it's $50 cheaper. Well, yeah, it holds less and has a shorter barrel. It better be cheaper. So, and Jorgen's right there along with you, except for he's on a delay. So he says they're rimmed version of them, but standard are not rimmed. So there we go. That could actually be fun. Take a Mauser, rebarrel it, because the bolt's already there.
Yeah.
Okay, so your 7 by 57 is basically this 6mm Remington neck. This is neck down. And he wants me to neck it up.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna take a 7 by 57 and neck it up to 30 just for fun. I don't know. Sounds like an idea.
You wouldn't have to take much out of the bore either. You don't have to bore that much.
Yeah, because we definitely want to go up, not down. I'm thinking.
Yeah, but you know,
slave.
This is volume wise, 6mm is just a little over 308. So,
well, I wonder what the difference is in capacity between a 7 by 57 and 8 by 57.
If I had a lead book, I could tell you. I know it's in the lead book. What case capacity is.
Get out of the way.
That's kind of going back to the one with loading for new cartridges or obsolete cartridges. Find something close. As you said, Paul, do the water test. Or yep. It's in there. If you go to any cartridge, it's got case capacity.
Ooh, a 338-6. Okay, so that's been done.
Yep.
8 by there we go. So case capacity is 3.69 cc's on an 8 by 57. Well, that was a 762. Harriet, Tokarev, Luger, Kirkano, Ultra Mag, Magnum, Weatherby Mag, Brenneke, Chester. There we go. There we go. Mauser. 3.68. So we're talking a hundredth of a cc. Screw it. We're doing the 7. Going up.
From
Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. Your better 3/4 chew you out.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
She has an aunt that just got taken to hospice
Ooh.
with not long, so that sucks.
Yeah.
So, all right. Jorgen said, I've heard it said that a 308 is as powerful as a 30-06, and since the times 57 case is larger than a 308, therefore it's more powerful than odd 6, I should be in marketing.
Who said the 308 is as powerful as a 30-06?
That's what I want to know.
You know, I'm you know,
So
as
maybe a hot load 308 and a factory 30-06. But that'd be a pretty hot load. So yeah, because basically 308 is 30-06 short.
Right. So you're looking at a 6mm case here, and which is a 6x57 case, just so you guys know. And this is a 308 case. Even though it is shorter, you're looking at basically about the same case capacity.
So a odd 6. Well, I suppose if they were comparing an 08 to a grand odd 6 load,
Okay.
that would be plausible.
Yeah.
But considering your useful case capacity in a 308 is 3.43 cc's, and your useful case capacity is a whole freaking cc more, 4.38 cc's, I'm going to go with busted.
Right.
So, and if we take, oh, by the way, Remington's now making factory 125 grain 30-06 load. Core lock. Because we actually got some in. So let's go with 150 grain jacketed bullet and compare stats. So let's see, do we have the same powder?
Sure, you should have 48.95 in both.
All right, so let's see here. All right, so 48.95. Is moving a 308 at 27.37 and a 30-06 at 29.27.
Mm-hmm.
Now, last time I checked, I may be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But energy, mass times velocity. Something like that anyway. But anyway, so you can't tell me that I'm moving the same projectile 200 feet per second faster and it's the same energy.
No. The only thing is that when you're reloading a grand in 30-06 with 48.95, you're downloaded some. Mm-hmm. So then you're getting pretty close to the same velocity. But a 308 in a bolt gun and with a 150 grain bullet, and a odd 6 in a bolt gun with a 150 grain bullet, ain't no comparison, guys.
Yep.
You know. No, that's your odd 6 is case capacity. It's got action length. It's got all kinds of stuff to make it go boom faster.
Yep. Sharona must have had to go get more coffee. She said BRB. Yeah. Why do they have to make the print so small in quick loads? Come on now. Don't they know that most of the people that are using this crap is older? Needs bigger print? Right?
Hey, look at I got, I keep getting, bigger and bigger lenses on my glasses all the time. So, about every year. So,
Did you see the chat? Loud says, just add Creedmoor after the numbers and it should sell. Then Jorgen said his cartridge is called the 30x57 Speedmore. Missing said they've already got they do have a 22 Creedmoor. Why, I don't know, but whatever. Paul Loud said the 7 Creedmoor, they already have a 6 and a 6.5. 7 has to be next. I don't care until they get to the 9 Creedmoor, all right? Now we're talking.
9.3.
Why?
Well, because there's already a bullet that size.
Valid point.
So, in a rifle bullet, you already have that. That's
true.
It's a pretty.
Yeah, because it was 9.3 by what? It was a black powder round.
Well, you got the 9.3. I can't remember. It's what
63, isn't it?
Is it? I think it's something like that. Well, the Russians got that one for their integrally suppressed AK.
Right.
I can't think of the name of that round right now.
But Europeans have been shooting 9.3s for a long time, so
yeah,
we can get bullets for 9.3. So like you say, as soon as we get up to the 9s, then we're looking pretty good.
Like Mike does a 9mm Mauser.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about it. Actually, that's the 9.3 by 62 is what that is. I forgot.
Yeah.
So.
I'm still playing around with to see if there was a way to make the print bigger. I'll figure that out later. 51 Creedmoor. No, because then you need if you go 51 Creedmoor, the problem is now you are into NFA territory.
Yes.
Anything larger than 0.5, with the exceptions being made of 12 gauge shotgun, is NFA. So
the 600 is NFA.
I think that is grandfathered.
Okay.
I think anything that existed before the NFA went into effect, it was considered. But I'm not sure. Don't quote me at that. I'm not positive. I'm not a NFA scholar. So
neither am I. I just wondered. I just thought the 600 was still one of the few that you could get.
Yeah, there's a 600 and there's a 700 something or other. I think, but I believe those were grandfathered. I'm not positive though. So
and someone made a 900. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's just obscene.
Yeah.
What are you going to shoot with a 900? Tanks,
ass ends of dinosaurs.
Right.
Texas hard shots.
That's right. Texas heart shot on a brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Sharon, did you get your coffee yet? And why didn't you bring us any? All right. So next question is advice on reloading belted Magnum rounds. Tips or gotchas for Weatherby double radius shoulders in their Magnums.
All right. This one I'm going to upset a whole lot of people on. I treat belted Magnums as a standard rimless round. Okay. So I use the shoulder when I headspace I work the headspace off.
Right, you are, as do most.
I don't use the belt. The belt doesn't matter anymore. If you think your gun is going to headspace on the belt, well, then you're pretty damn loose in there, and they can pick the rifle up and go like this, and you hear the rattle, rattle, rattle. Yeah, I don't want the case stretching a lot and everything else, so yeah, I'm going to take and set my headspace off of the datum line of the case. And that's the easiest way that's the best way that I've ever found to do it. And I've loaded for myself and people everything up to 375 and 378 Weatherby. So
yeah, I loaded 257, and that's the same thing. Is if they're the biggest thing is once they're fired, head spacing is no longer a real issue because they're now chamber sized.
Right.
So you resize it according to what you need to resize it. You bump the shoulder back 2,000ths and have it at A.
Yeah. And,
although I've heard people bumping those back 4,000ths, but I think it's kind of ludicrous. I only bumped them back 2,000ths and had great luck. And considering the first load I made up for them was without doing a ladder test or anything, was sub MOA already at 200 yards. So,
that's all you need. Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's just trying for minute a deer. So,
yeah. And, it's what are you doing with a Weatherby cartridge? You're not shooting targets with it. I'll tell you that.
Definitely not. That is not a firearm that you go out and purchase for the express purpose of competition target shooting.
Well, especially if you ever think about what the brass costs you nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which brings me to Paul Loud's comment. He says, just buy factor Weatherby. It's already affordable. For who? Trump? Yeah, no. So my friend that has the 257, the last box of Weatherby he bought was 2015.
Okay.
2014, somewhere around there. And that was $95 for 20.
Jesus.
Well, you ought to buy 378 Weatherby brass. That stuff is like, in order when you go to the store to order it, because you have to order it because no one carries it. Mm-hmm. You have to come in with your firstborn, your mortgage, and see if you can afford it.
Do they take wives instead?
No, they found out they cost too much. They've already been broken in.
Dang it!
I tried. I've even offered mine up twice now. Okay, asking for first off when she hit 50, asking for 2 25-year-olds.
Yeah, that didn't work out well for you, did
it?
No,
that didn't work out.
I actually found somewhere with 375 Weatherby brass in stock.
Amazing.
I know.
How much?
So a box of 20 from Weatherby is $96.99.
Is that loaded or unloaded?
That's just the brass.
That's the brass.
Holy shit.
So you're $4.85 a piece, and that's at grass right now.
Yes, you pay dearly for that. That's just like Lapua 338 brass. It's what is it? $375 $100. So.
Unreal. Well, there's a lot of goofy 300 cartridges out there.
Yeah.
300 Dakota, Blazer Mag, CR, Club Target Rifle, Falcon, Howl, ICL Tornado, Imperial Magnum, darn Canadians.
Yeah. And then you start getting into the European stuff, 308 Norma, 300 Winchester. I mean, you go on and on and on. I think Remington and Winchester have got the most initials going for 300 brass. WSM, WSSM. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy just said I should have picked picked up that Weatherby brass at my range. Yeah, you should have. Could have sold it
Yeah.
off. Hey, Nick Sharp's got a question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did actually. He got him already.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jorgen. You leave us and our Imperial Magnums alone. They have a rich history steeped in maple syrup and moose blood. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
That's like I just picked up some dies the other day at a local store that I have no use ever for using. They were CH4D dies, so they were brand new, over $100.
Mm-hmm.
Sold them. I ain't gonna use them. I paid dirt cheap for them. It's like,
What were they?
10.4 Italian revolver,
Oh, okay.
and they were CH4D. Looked brand new. I'm like, hey, they go for $130 on Buffalo Arms right now. If I can get close to that, I think I paid $30 for them.
Nice.
I'm like, if I can get close to what they're brand new, it's worth a shot.
They make some interesting dies.
I have a set for my Martini Henry. There's some good dies, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay, they're good stuff. So,
And
if you can't find a cartridge they don't make, you have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The old man over there, he's still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's a wealth of knowledge.
Absolutely. That'll be someone when we lose him, that we'll lose a lot there.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question is from Mython. Today, so he said, not really a reloading question, but hoping you guys might have some good resource recommendations. But it is kind of. So he said his dad and he are looking to build a custom bolt action rifle in one of the 6mm cartridges. So they're looking at either 6BR, 6XC, or maybe 6GT. Are there any particular resources you'd recommend we check out for more information before we start pulling the trigger on anything?
Yeah, number one is start looking at the reloading books. Okay, that's the first thing you do is you look at your reloading books. 6 bench rest, okay, which I say is Norma bench rest. Uses a heavier bullet than the American Remington bench rest. Same chamber dimensions, different throat. Okay. The Norma will take bullets well into the 110 grain because of the throat. The Norma is going to limit you to, with heavy bullets, into the 2,800 feet per second, 2,900 feet per second. Little tiny case, okay? It's only so big. 6XC. Think 243 and shrink it by about 7 to 10 grains of powder. Okay. It was really designed to let 115 grain bullets seat and chamber in a ACIS magazine. And for over the course rifle, the Tubbs 2000 was the rifle that it was first chambered in. GT, 6mm GT. That's George's rifle, rifle round for comparing it to the 6XC. Little smaller, but still a good all-round case. 3,200 feet per second with a 100 grain bullet, something like that. So you're going to be in that area, so you got to decide what you're going to use the gun for, and understand that the bigger the case you go, the shorter the barrel life you're going to have. You know, they're making the sixes now for PRS, you know, weigh 20, 21, 22 pounds. And so when you pull the trigger on it, you can watch the bullet leave the muzzle and watch it go all the way out to, you know, 500 yards. It nothing moves on the gun. It's just that heavy. Pick your actions that you're going to want. If you're going to want a repeater, you know, there's a lot of good actions out there that you can work with. I'd suggest you not go with a Remington clone as far as a Remington action itself, but pick one of the better actions that have an integrated and okay, Paul, come on, think. Integrated recoil lug. Okay, so in other words, it's already built into it and it's been CNC machined. It's all straight. Everything is all together there. You don't have to worry about pinning one or having one that's not flat or whatever. You get one that's already been machined into the action. Then pick what you're going to do for a stock. Barrel wise, you know, you go with the 2Bs, the K, and the you know, there's a couple other ones out there that, but yeah, you're gonna, you know, you got 3 barrel manufacturers that I'd suggest you go with, and then if I was going to build you know, I built one that is on a MTD chassis, definitely, unless you're going to be using it in cold weather. If you're going to use the gun in cold weather, then get it built on a Macmillan stock.
Something that's not going to be temperature sensitive is what you're saying?
You know what's temperature sensitive to me is my chin going on an aluminum pad.
Yep.
First off, he's over here our the ease of brass. You got if you're going with XC, you go to Peterson or Norma. If you're going to GT, you go to Peterson, and if you're going to the bench rest, you go with Lapua. But you go for the bench rest, you go Lapua and Norma.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you're going to spend money on brass. I'm sorry, it's just the way it's going to be unless you can get a deal like I did and bought 1,000 pieces for 50 cents a piece.
Right.
I mean, you know, brass life. Brass life is how you're going to treat it. If you're going to, you know, hot rod it right off the bat, then you're going to shorten it up a little bit. But I would sit down and say that all of them have good brass life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just anneal it. That's all. You're going to spend good money for brass. Okay. Imagine spending $1 to $1.25 a piece for brass. You're going to buy 200 pieces of brass, and that 200 pieces of brass will last your barrel. then on to the next one. And some guys just, resize it and put it in the next barrel.
So he's fine with paying for it. He just doesn't want to be stuck without the ability to get brass. So it sounds like the ones that Peterson has may be a little more available, or is it going to be the one from Lapua that's going to be more available? Do you think?
6 and 1/2 dozen the other. They're both custom brass makers. Okay. In
Okay.
other words, they're gonna sit down and they're gonna run brass. The 6 GT, I'm not sure how that is coming out.
Yeah.
I know Peterson has it, but I don't know how they're handling it. I know 6 XE is a popular cartridge. 6
Mhm.
Ventress is a popular cartridge. I mean, there's a lot of 6s that you could deal with in that situation. So, yeah, it's, as I look at them, I would sit down and say, I need to know what you're looking to do with it. I mean, if you're looking like I am for the prairie dog round, I sit down and say, okay, the bullets that I'm going to be shooting are going to be, say 75 or 70 or 75 grains up to 85. And I may shoot some hundreds or 108s or whatever for really long shots. But mostly I want bullets that are going to blow up. If you're shooting games like PRS, then you're going to be shooting long bullets. So then stick to the little bit heavier cartridge, the GT or the XC.
Okay. Thank you very much for covering that, Paul. That's something that I don't have any experience in, and I don't know if Nick does, and I don't know if Sharena does, but
No, she does not.
I didn't think so. Hey, where's my coffee?
Right here.
Drink it. Dang it. I'm not feeling it.
What you think I've been doing here for these last whole show? Not even few.
Not fast enough. I'm not feeling it up here. Dang it.
I don't know how to tell you. It's good coffee too.
Can you highlight that Odor's one
Yep.
where he's talking about the feeding issues?
Yep.
The BR will have feeding issues out of a magazine, but there are magazines that are made to correct that.
What causes that? Is it overall length or?
It's overall length. Again, you got this short cartridge. So what happens is, as you're pushing the bolt forward and the gun is coming forward, the ACIS magazine is too short in the at the as far as it's holding the cartridge down.
Mhm.
So it starts to come up and then pops out too early, and the gun it isn't controlled enough feeding into the into the chamber. So, but they make a magazine that is longer in the feed lips for the BR, so you can use it in a medium length ACIS chassis.
Okay. That's something that probably a lot of people didn't, realize. So
yeah.
He wants to know what example brand of action is with the recoil lug design you mentioned, Paul.
Defiance is one. Borden is another.
Okay.
And and they have different classifications of action, so you'll have to go through and pick. But and then look at American. They make one, and the nucleus. I think that, yes, they're still making the nucleus, and I like it, the nucleus, because it's a small action. It's not a oversized action. And ACI, and it's pretty much you can have it set up so you can do almost like a Savage type barrel nut and crank it on and off without spending a lot of money in action wrenches and stuff like that. Yeah, Chris Sharp, yes. Bighorn.
So, Mithan said, awesome, thanks, helps me get on the right track. So I'm glad we could help.
Mm-hmm.
And we look forward to hearing about your adventure.
And pick a gunsmith.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. And investigate him, see if he can do what you want him to do. Don't look at it as you get your first one or two down with a good gunsmith, then you can kind of go out on your own there. But investigate your gunsmith to make sure he can do what you need him to do. We got one working up in our chat room right now. He's still waiting on his lathe to be delivered, but Chris Sharp there. Chrissy, you all set to start turning barrels? Mm-hmm. Everybody's dropping out. Any other question, guys?
Sorry, I had to go quick. I'm back.
That's okay.
I don't know if there was any more to address. I think we got most of the ones that I wanted to cover.
Can I show something off real quick, Mike?
Absolutely.
Forgot I had these come in this week. Big boy set of dies. So
nice.
For 577 Snyder.
Oh.
So have some fun playing with those this week and see how those do. So
all right, so get that off.
Where are those dies from, Nick?
Those are actually just Lee. It's their large series, is all they are.
Oh, okay.
So they're 1.5 inch size thread. So yeah, they're some big boys, that's for sure. Grab the sizing die. Come on, get out of there. Yeah, it's a big boy, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is.
So
Got a big hole in there too.
oh, it's
yeah.
Nice vent hole in the side.
Yep.
So
yeah, gonna take a little bit of imperial sizing wax to get that.
oh, absolutely. So yeah, and these aren't too badly priced what these dies cost. So, but
Oh, question here: 6XC versus GT. Pros and cons for PRS. Your preference. Really, it gets right down to it. Your preference. They're both extremely accurate. They're both, one's a little less as far as the powder goes than that. If you want to save a couple of pennies on that, but I don't see how you're going to save any money one way or the other. Yeah, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. I mean, you could do, 6x47. There's lots of other cartridges that are in the 6s that work. But between those two, those are two hottest ones that are out there right now in ammo land. 6XC, you can get ammo from Norma. I'm not sure about the GT. So if having factory loads helps, well, maybe, but we're hand loaders here, so we just reload what we reload.
So somebody in Discord was looking to order 3,000 to 5,000 pieces of brass. So he was wondering if anybody had any places to suggest. Somebody said Sages. I'm not really sure of anybody else because I've never tried to order that much brass at once because I haven't needed to. But
my people that I order brass from are out of it. Of once fired 9mm.
jump on MeWe. That's where the best deals are at normally.
yeah, there's one guy on there that sells a lot of brass. I'll check and see if he's got anything.
I think I just saw it today. There's multiple guys had quite a bit of 9mm, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I was just trying to get a MeWe, and MeWe's not playing nice. So let's see here. Where is what's his name's group? Where the hell is it? Hate that when you want to find something you can't.
Yeah, there's a guy on one of the special groups. He's got looks like more than 5,000 available. So
There's one guy's got his own freaking group.
this guy's got 20,000 pieces available, which is insane.
There you go. Get her done. So thanks, Sharenda. Nice of you to share your vocal talents with us. Maybe he's not here anymore. I don't see. Oh, there it is. HonestlyEvil.com is the one I was thinking of. He's usually got a bunch of brass too. So. Otherwise, yeah, if you get onto MeWe, there's a couple of reloading groups that there's Reloading and Casting, and then there's Reloading Central, Everything Reloading. Those groups, usually there's a bunch of stuff listed. So Joe Safety has 1,500 pieces shipped for 5,000 shipped for $150.
Yeah, it's the same guy. So
Okay, and he's in Connecticut.
mm-hmm.
So the person who's looking for that much brass might be able to save a little bit on shipping, but not much. Anyway, holy crap, that's a dirt cheap price on a barrel. I don't think I would buy that. So, anyway, that's kind of all we got for tonight, because I was going to try and find another question, and MeWe is not playing nice with me and letting me into my group to see what questions were left in that main thread. Hey, finally it frickin' loaded. Let's see here. We covered that one. Covered that one. Anyway. Yeah, so looks like most of those we've gotten covered. So anyway, so this looks like Paul Nelson's set has caught fire. No, that's just him burning a heater.
Yeah,
having a smoky treat. All right. Anyway, oh yeah. You guys got to check the comments out. Some of it's pretty good. Anyway, so yeah, MeWe's a good place to find a lot of brass and stuff like that, especially with Facebook being putsy. Remember, there is a Reloading Room buy and sell page on there as well. Otherwise, Discord, we do have the buy and sell, but that's just people that are in Discord. So, anyway, I want to talk about Patriot Patch Company for a minute. This is the patch of the month for May. So, if I can get it to focus. There we go.
There it goes.
Never forget the price of peace. Very appropriate for May with Memorial Day coming up. Remember, gang, Memorial Day is for the ones that made that ultimate sacrifice, and that's all it's for. It's not for current serving or former serving. It's only to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice in protecting your and my freedoms. So,
yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Primary Arms. I haven't looked this week yet to see. I'm looking for Bolt Carrier Group that event at some point in time. So they have a ready for the range sale this week. So I'm guessing that's probably, well, let's see if it loads. I must be due for an update on my Mac because it's just butt ugly slow.
Everything has been slow lately.
Ooh. So Looks like it's a little bit of everything on the Ready for the Range. I've got mags. I've got AR-15 parts, AR-10 parts, shoes, boots, assault backpacks. Ooh,
Yes.
that's something to get your hands on. North American Rescue CAT, Combat Application Tourniquet. If you don't have one, get one. If you have one, get more. So,
As I would say, buy them while you can, because once they run out, they're going to be going up in price, because cats or North American Rescue is sending a lot over.
Right now, they're $24.99 a pop, so they've already started to go up.
Yeah,
and that's on sale. Normally they're $29.99. So yeah, they already went up, because they used to be $19.99. But I don't know. The last time I bought one was a while ago. So.
I got an email from North American Rescue that they were going to be sending all their current shipment stuff over to Ukraine. So dealers had to be have what they have last. So
Ooh, Primary Arms Tactical Assault Backpacks are on sale. Normally they're $54.99. They're $29.99 right now. Not a bad little starter pack if you're just looking for something that you can use for, throwing in the vehicle for whatever. It's got a bunch of different pockets and stuff. It's got some Velcro, so you can throw some morale patches and crap on there. Even if you're just looking for something to run around the various shows with. So, it'd be fun. Got a bunch of different magazines for different guns. A couple of different options for other bags they've got too. So, I mean, it always got some good stuff there. One of the nice things is you can always hide out of stock stuff. So if they ain't got it, it ain't going to show up. That's kind of the nice thing about that. Gen 2 MOE window 5.56 AR mags from Magpul are undescribed for $12.49 a piece right now. So that's not bad, but usually, so not too bad on that. Oh, they've got sandals for those who want to be tactical while wearing flip-flops. I don't know. It's a thing. Looks like they got some knives on sale too, some plate carrier stuff, some Strike Industries compensators, all sorts of different fun stuff. So swing over, check them out, primaryarms.com. Patriot Patch is patriotpatch.co. Swing over, check them out. I think they're getting ready for another limited release coming up soon. They may not be, but they thought Jake was talking about it on social media. So that'll be coming up, because they usually do some in May. They usually do some in June. Watch out for that. So thank you to all of our Patreons. I don't think I'm enough. They help keep this show going. So if you want to send us some of your hard-earned money because you appreciate us, you can do that via the web page. If you go to the web page, you can do that. And the website's not quite as easy as it used to be. The web hosting service that we had before sucked. So, we're back to firearmsradio.net from firearmsradio.tv, but it used to be a little easier. You could actually type the link in. So now it's easier. Just go to firearmsradio.net and then click on the all shows, go to the drop down and choose Reloading Podcast. So otherwise you can scroll down the page, find our little cool icon and click on it. And then you'll see a support this show button that you can click. Hi, little dude. Yeah, I know. She left. You'll be okay. All right. Sorry. I don't know who's more of an emotional support.
Mike, your microphone went out.
I guess he decided I was done talking. Thanks to Patriot Patch Company and Primary Arms for being sponsors. Thank you to the Patreons for all of their support. Thank you to everybody that gives us a like or thumbs up when they watch the live show. Thank you to everybody that leaves reviews. So, grateful for everybody that listens to us all the way around the world. Jim was slacking, and he was on vacation or some crap like that, I tell you. Sorry, excuses. So that's why he wasn't here. We don't need to see all of my room. It's still a disaster. It's getting better, though. Next week, 400th episode, Andy79Z28 is going to come on and talk about zinc casting. So that's going to be a fun show, kind of a newer topic, one we really haven't gotten into. Jim's starting to get into it, but I don't know how serious he's got about it. Something that I'm probably going to look at down the road since I've got a 5-gallon bucket of zinc wheel wheats outside in the garage. GGW Reloading, thank you. Yeah, he's a little sausage. That's what I call him. Because he, like me, has a few extra pounds. So, anyway.
No, that's
anybody
not,
else got shout-outs?
That's not a few
Mr.
extra pounds, Mike. That's a portable modular food storage system.
Dealer. She just appeared in the room. Holy crap, where'd you go?
Yeah.
The couch ate her. Where'd she go? She's not missing in action. The couch ate her. That's where we're going with. Paul shout-outs, Nick shout-outs.
Well, see you guys in 2 weeks.
Okay. I'm going to shout out to Ray for just being a slacker and not being here and gallivanting around the country. Jim's a slacker. Travis is a huge slacker, but at least he's got a family reason. Jason, I think, was probably... I saw him complaining about something earlier this week, so I think he was trying to they're still trying to get that homestead set up, so he was complaining something about irrigation pump.
He's got a new tractor. I saw his wife driving a new tractor on Facebook.
Correction. His wife has a new tractor.
Right.
I ain't seen him riding in it at all.
No, she's driving it.
Yeah. He's got a new tractor. I mean, she's doing everything. What's he doing? And he said something about his irrigation pump is going out on him, and it's
yep. Terrible, just terrible.
Yeah. Yep.
So, for those who are interested, Jonathan Patton over at
The Gun Collective.
Yes, TGC Gun Collective has gotten together with Brownells and some other people, including We Like Shooting and some other groups. His panel that he has done at the NRA show for the last few years, they aren't doing at the NRA show this year. I don't know. I don't blame them. I will be surprised if the NRA show is attended much at all. So Brownells, Grinnell, Iowa, June 25th. They're having a gun con, kind of like a Comic-Con, except for it's gun con. If you go over to Facebook and you go to the Gun Collective's page, you can find out they've got ticket signups and stuff, because I'm sure that probably there's only a certain amount of room, but I'm not sure. You can get more details there. Go check that out. I'll be going. I don't know. Shrenda talked about going. I don't know if she's going to be able to go. Nick is a slacker.
Mike, it looks like it might be sold out.
That's
I just went to the website and it's showing sold out.
Okay. So.
Which kind of shocks me.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what the full deal is for that, but check them out. They may have more room later. I'm not sure.
Have you ever been to Brownells?
I unfortunately have not. I've driven by it on the way to Vegas and on the way back, but unfortunately, neither time it was open.
It's incredible, that's for sure.
So
it's a very interesting place to go visit.
Yeah, I hopefully will not have any money to be able to spend when I go. So, 'cause otherwise I'd go through it real quick. So, but anyway, yeah, it's an amazing place from what I've heard, especially the new place.
Yeah.
Hi, Vanessa. So it looks like we got a couple of late joiners. So I did not get lost in Wyoming. I got stuck in a freaking rest stop and idiots out wandering around land. And the stupidest part is, it was like freaking 5 miles from Brownells in the first place. Of course, it's overnight, so they weren't open anyway. But anyway,
Well, five finger discount there, right?
yeah, no. Depending what your 5-finger discounting, that's time at Leavenworth. I'll pass. I like my freedom, and I like my rights. Those are really important. So anyway, all right, gang, we've rambled along long enough. So yeah, right, Paul. Paul Loud said rest stops will get you every time, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, on that note, keep your brass shiny.
Jump on the Millisirp short bus.
Teach your lady how to reload.
Gentlemen, my grandpa told me, he says, don't listen to your mother. Violence does solve problems.
And Jim's not here, so but it's always important to support the Second Amendment, get involved in pro 2A organizations, and make sure you check them out first. There's quite a few out there that claim that they are, and they're basically just money grabbing schemes. The biggest one currently being Wayne LaPierre's personal organization, which hopefully will survive New York State's cleansing, and hopefully the New York State District State Attorney General will do what limited amount of voting members were unable to, and that's clear out Wayne and his riffraff. So, and then leave the NRA intact so we can actually fix it and get it back to what it should be. Paul Loud went old school. Squeeze! Don't yank that trigger. Most importantly, though, gang, if you're suffering, mental health is no joke. It's not a laughing matter. Well, depends on who you are. Most people I know from the military, everything is humorous, no matter how dark it is, and sometimes that's how they cope. And it's true. So there are people that that's how they get by, is dark humor. But if you're struggling, there's help. 1-800-273-8255 is the place to start. They got trained professionals. They know what they're doing, and they'll get you started on the path to getting you better. Mental health is just important, if not more important than your physical health. And it's not something that if you need mental health help, you're weak or a coward or anything else like that. By stepping up and saying you need help and getting that help, you're actually kind of a hero. So hang in there. And like I said, 1-800-273-8255. Thanks. Good night.